Hey, hello. We should be live. I'm gonna check on my channel here, see if we should be live. Please tell me we're live so we can go ahead and get this thing on and popping. Are we? Yes, we are. We're live. Cool. Let's go. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this out real quick. I already got the tag and stuff. But without further ado, I would like to say, guys, I hope you have had a great weekend. I hope you guys have had a great and fun weekend. Or since today's Friday, and I know some of y'all, this is like, thank goodness, I'm almost done for the week, man. I'm finished for the week. Next week, Thanksgiving. If you do it, man, that'd be safe. You gonna do it right, stop Hornet. Okay, make sure it can be heard. Yeah, man, if you're going to do Thanksgiving, do it safely. We ain't going nowhere. You know, man, so just hope you guys have had an awesome week so far, man. Personally, again, I've been taking care of some stuff. Take care of what I need to take care of to, move forward in life, man. Okay. If you gotta work on that, by all means, work on it. I'm chilling for a minute to get some people in here. I'm chilling for a minute to get some people in here. We're gonna get some people in here real quick, and then we'll be on and popping. I'm gonna give about maybe like another minute or so. So people can get in there and do all that fun stuff. Yeah. Again, what's up, Hornet? Anyone else that's in there, feel free to comment. Say what's up. We'll get started in just a moment. We're going to let some people get in there first before we really get on and pop in, shall we? So, we're going to let some people get in there first. All right, bro. Still rolling? Still good? You know what? Screw it. I'm about to go ahead and get rolling, and I don't want it to be super long, so I'm going to go ahead and just get rolling. Get rolling here if you jump in when you jump in. And I am watching the comments and such, too, so by all means, drop in and say what's up. If you drop in, say what's up. But anyway, what is up? It's your boy JNW Boss in the building. I welcome you guys to another edition of JNW versus the World, where we scour the globe and see what other universes have to offer. Except this time we're kind of staying home once again with clearly, because you're sitting here. Welcome, nonetheless. Anyways, where was I? Versus the world, go see what the universe has to offer. We are staying home this time to talk about AOA Next Level, which premiered this past Sunday. It's the first time I've ever done a Sunday premiere. It was a bit nerve-wracking, but but like once it's a bit nerve-wracking. I was a little bit nervous because it's like this is a Sunday. It was a Sunday premiere. I ain't used to that at all. But nonetheless, decent little turnout. Cool. A lot of stuff happened. Let's get into some of the stuff that happened. We kind of went right into things there. We did our intro and pyro stuff, and we got right into the first match. Sean Wright versus Tyson Young, #1 contenders match, where the winner will get the chance to pick the stipulation. Or hold on. #1 contender match for the All-Star Championship. That the winner not only, of course, gets the chance to face the All-Star Champion, but get to pick the stipulation for that match. This match, if I were to compare it to their Conquer All match, I think their Conquer All match was better than this one, but that to me does not equate to it being a bad match. I still thought It was a good match to kick off the show. A couple of cool spots in there that I did not plan to happen, but happened anyways. The Sean Wright hitting the elbow drop right onto the top of Tyson's head. Ouch. And then the suicide dive whenever Tyson was like literally on his back on the floor into a splash. Yo, what's up and poppin', Cole? What's up, bro? It was a splash onto the floor from Sean as he was doing the suicide dive. That was completely unexpected, but it worked so well. Throughout the match, I tried to play up that Tyson and Sean were both pretty determined to win this thing, especially Sean, because that match was originally supposed to be, what's up, RJ? That match was supposed to be for the All-Star Championship. However, Sean was robbed. Enjoying the review. Cool. Thank you. However, Sean was robbed of that championship, so that's why this match happened. It was pretty back and forth. I think Tyson had the upper edge, at least initially, but Sean was finally able to get out of it. And then I think it was more back and forth from there. I think what I should have probably did here was have Tyson take more control. Take a bit more control here, to indicate that he kind of learned something from his match with, Sean the first time and every other encounter that they had together. I do like, fast forwarding here, I do like what I did kind of with the finish here. Tyson undid the turnbuckle, Sean takes advantage, and then Sean uses the turnbuckle towards the tail end, throws them into it, catching them with a finisher, and bingo. And Sean was able to pick up the win right there. I would say this probably good 3 stars if I would have rated on like a scale of 1 to 5. 3. I would probably 3 stars this match. It was a solid opener. Sean wins. It adds a little bit of a layer to the story it adds a little bit of layer to Sean's character that I think is kind of needed, to tell you the truth. So it adds a little bit of a layer there. It's pretty cool. After the match, Sammy Lewis makes his way to the ramp. Coming in from the side. Makes his way to the ramp. They get into a little bit of a scuffle. Samson takes end up, getting the better of that exchange there. And Samson, he was fired due to accusations of being attacked, or due to threats against AOA and such. And him and Brian Ezra were fired. They showed up on the most recent episode of AOA, and then they do it again here. So Samson shows up, does his thing. What's up, Sammy Talk? Anyway, Sammy Lewis shows up, attacks Sean, gets the better of the exchange. It could have ended with a little bit more, oomph to it. It just didn't. I don't know why. It just didn't. I don't know why. I guess I didn't want to make it too long because I knew that the rest of this night was going to get crazy. So Lewis does his thing there, and it leads to more stuff down the line. We see Mac Wolf running, preparing for the I Quit match with all fine and dandy. And then we move on to the second matchup, the Women's Championship match between Miss Wilcox and Carolyn Amber. This one, it was, how do I say, it was interesting. I tried to do this whole contrast of style thing with, the more speed and technician approach of Miss Wilcox versus the power game and stuff of Carolyn. And it kind of worked, and it to me, in a way, it kind of didn't. Maybe because it was weird because Miss Wilcox is the smaller of the two, and, like, Carolyn the face here, and Miss Wilcox is the heel, so it's like, it's a little weird. If the heel and face dynamic would have worked, that probably could have been a little bit of a better story. But in this case, the dynamic was kind of weird, but like the story kind of fell in place for that. The finish, though, I thought that was probably one of the more innovative finishes that I inadvertently had. Like, that finish was not supposed to happen how it did, but it worked. It really did work. So Carolyn throws Miss Wilcox off the rope, and she goes for a big boot. When she goes for it, she clocks the ref right in the face. So Miss Wilcox runs past Carolyn, goes to the outside of the ring to grab a chair. Carolyn was a step ahead of her and got to the outside of the ring before her. Madison Phillips, who was at ringside, tosses Carolyn back in, which allows Miss Wilcox to grab a chair, hit her over the head with the chair, and then basically finish her off, essentially. So, very cool finish that I was not expecting. Very cool finish. I like the finish, actually. Really good finish. After that, it was a wrap. Pretty much a wrap. It was a wrap. And then Miss Wilcox wins, and she is the new AOA Women's Champion. She's the new AOA Women's Champion. She wins. Fine by me. Decent match. Probably 2 3/4. It wasn't anything great, but it was well done. It was well done. Again, hello to everybody who's in here. Again, real quick, just hello to everyone who's in there. Again, if you're new, welcome. We're just going through a review of the show, and if you've been in here before, welcome back. This, that, and the third. Feel free to comment and stuff as I go along, because I will be reading them. So anyway, next on the show, after Miss Wilcox retains, we see Brianna Train of CTP attacking Angelina Spears. All I'm going to do is just say that happened, and we are going to move forward, because it gets crazier from there. So we see the first act of CTP jumping in with Brianna Train attacking Angelina Spears. So there you go. We're going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on to the next match. Jay Morgan versus Adrian Oxley for the United States Championship. Admittedly, this match went way better than I was expecting going into it. This match actually was really well done, really well paced, good action between the two. There was a really cool counter that, in hindsight, I don't know if it worked all the way, though. Adrian Oxley was going for the vertebraker or the Oxley driver, I think I call it. But, like, he was going for the vertebraker, and then, like, Morgan countered into a Poison Rana, which I don't know if it worked properly. It may be a bit of a reach as far as if that worked properly or not. That might be a little bit of a reach, but it might have worked properly. So there you go. But overall, it was a solid match. Adrian Oxley ended up picking up the win. And thus he is the new AOA United States Champion. So 2 title changes back to back. I don't know if it was a good move, it was a bad move, or whatever the deal. I don't know if it was a good move or a bad move, but I think I'm not mad at the results here, because I like Morgan. I really do. He's one of my own, creations. But I had a moment to strike while the iron was hot with Oxley, and so I kind of had to take that moment. Sorry, Morgan, your first ever single title defense didn't go right. Well, no, that's a lie. He had one against James Black, and he won that. But like his reign as the United States Champion, a little bit of a buzz here. So I think I could get a little bit more mileage out of Oxley's reign. Potentially, I can get a little bit more mileage out of that, which is that was gonna be cool. Now, I hope I don't later regret it when I'm not able to. But I think we'll see. But I think overall it was a really, really good match. I'll probably give it 3 1/4, 3 1/2 probably. Really, really good match. It was good. It was good. Not mad at that. Not mad at the result. None of that. Don't regret it. I'm good. In hindsight, I might regret it, but until then, we will see. Darren cut the promo on the back. to Dave and talks about essentially how he's been waiting for this moment, and the reason why he's been putting his hands on Mr. Bloomberg is because he's going to do what he can to get Dave's attention. And get his attention, he kind of did. So, he kind of called Dave out for being a corporate champion and not really showing up and all this other fun stuff that comes with, corporate greed and corporate privilege in this case. So he cuts his promo. He finishes cutting his promo. He walks away. We see Brian Angel lurking in the background, which means the presence of CTP is still around. That's all I'm going to say there. As we're going to move on. Solid promo. Maybe not the best promo work between these guys. Maybe not Darren's best promo work, but it to me, I think it does enough to get you, interested in the world title match, to want to see Darren get his belt back even more, and all that other fun jazz that comes with it. Coming up next, it was Angelina Spear versus Madison Phillips. Angelina Spear was attacked earlier in the night, so Madison was kind of picking up where Rihanna left off here. And she did. This match didn't go super long because it didn't need to. Angelina got a little bit of offense in. She got her sister's kiss finisher off, but maybe she shouldn't have. And maybe she shouldn't have. In hindsight, yeah, maybe she probably shouldn't have. This probably should have just been Madison's match here. She shouldn't have gotten the zipper kiss on, but she did, and she kicked out of it. So that, I kind of wish I didn't do that now. But that movie kind of losing its luster now. Dang gonna. I need to build the luster back up in that move. But, so there's that. But, I mean, this was a proper win. I think even if I didn't do this whole, even if the whole thing with Rihanna didn't happen, I was planning on Madison winning this match anyways, because, she kind of needed it. And Angelina, she kind of had her time, you know what I mean? She was the AOA Women's Champion, never lost it properly, so she had her moment, so time to rise up, get some new people on, get some new women on the show, and this, that, and the third. Madison is one of those people, and we're going to see where she goes. I like what I'm doing with her. I still want to make the women's division. I'll go ahead and use a moment to talk about the women's division, since this is the last women's match on the show. I think the AOA women's division, it can definitely be better. It's not like AEW levels of bad, but it can be. It can be better. I think it can get to the point where AOR, in fact, I'll even say it this way, I think AOR's women's division could be better too. Because I think it after Live On, I don't know why, it just kind of lost its steam a little bit. I felt like the AOR women's division as well kind of lost its steam a little bit. And AOA is still in that rebuilding phase with their women's division. So I'm doing the best I can. Trying my best, getting some storylines going, trying to get some characters going, get some characters stuff going. I had something with Eve Sarton I'm looking to continue with. It just kind of got lost in the shuffle over the past couple of weeks because she wasn't on the next level card or anything. So, in fact, I can go and say this now. Originally, I was thinking about doing a pre-show, a little bit of a pre-show match between Eve and someone else. I can't remember who. But my plan for the women's division actually changed several times within the past couple of weeks. I knew I was going to do Carolyn versus Miracle World Cup. That was a given. But some of the other matches, they changed several times. I was thinking about doing Eve versus Angelina. At one point, I was thinking about doing some type of tag match format with Madison and Eve versus Emily and Angelina. So I'm trying to figure this women's division out. I'm trying to figure out where everyone stands in this women's division, and how do I debut some of the newer people that I have that just haven't showed up on the show yet. So it's a work in progress. I'm not going to drop it. I'm going to, find something that works. I think it's clear, if AOR proved anything, if AOR Season 1 proved anything, is that I can make a women's division work. Now it's just about trying to find pieces and, keep the quality, the match quality up between, the women on the show and this and the third, and get some characters rolling and all of that stuff. So I think I got some characters to make it work, and just a matter of trying to put it all together. And I think I'm going to try to put it all together. And I think I got a good start. Crowned a new women's champion. And, now Madison and Ms. Walker, they got this little alliance thing going, which is going to be kind of cool to see. I think I'm trying to brainstorm some stuff on where to take that at. We then cut to the crowd, and then we are interrupted by Ace Stone, one of the members of the Twisted Disciple, who says, plain and simple, that they are ready. They have a guy ready for this 6-man tag, which is next. The 6-man Falcon Anywhere tag, which is next. And his name is Colin King. I love cutting his promos. I will say it again. I love cutting his promos. They're the most unique thing I do. And since I don't do them often, whenever it happens, people sit down and listen. I think Twisted Disciples are definitely an over tag team here in AOA. I think, honestly, one of the better book tag teams I've had in a long time. Probably other than Wolfpack and Weapons of Mass Destruction, who kind of fell off a little bit too. I think, all tag teams in AOA really kind of fell off since AOA doesn't have a tag team championship. So all tag teams kind of fell off there. So that's a little bit of a bust. there. But nonetheless, Ace Stone cuts his promo here, say they're ready, they got them one, and let's get it on. Which takes us to our next match. It's a 6-man tornado tag. Hold on. I don't even know what to say. It is a Fall Count Anywhere 6-man tag elimination match between the team of Reaper, Forsaken, and Chaos versus the team of JH3, Ace Stone, who was the guy cutting the promo, and their new member Colin Game. This was... let me just say I'm happy that this worked. Oh, and if I were to read the other match, it's about 2 1/4. Madison and Angelina, 2 1/4, because it didn't even go that long. Didn't need to, but hey, 2 1/4. Whatever. This match, I'm happy it worked. It didn't, it was wild enough. It was wild enough to feel like a club. This was probably the most interesting thing I've... Oh, wait. Did I skip a match? Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Did I skip a match? Oh. Yeah. I did, actually. Okay, hold on. Let me finish... Oh, yeah. I completely skipped a match. Okay. Let me finish talking about this match, and then I'll bounce back. And I skipped one. I accidentally skipped a match. Whoops. I tried to make this match less chaotic or not less chaotic, this match went all over the place. Make use of the Fall Count Anywhere rule, make it crazy enough to keep it entertaining, and it did its job. With matches like these, it's hard. Okay, it is hard to keep matches like this flowing, keep it interesting, keep it moving. But I think it worked. It worked. Reaper and Colin Kane, they ventured off, did their own thing. On the back of ringside, Chaos was the first one eliminated. For their team. So then Reaper, after he laid out Colin Kane in the back, runs both back out to the ring, prevents the 2-on-1 beating from happening, so he evens it up 2-on-2. They do what they can to try to, take out some of the other members. And they do. They get JH3 out of there. So JH3 is the first one gone. Colin Kane comes back. You're probably going to have to watch the match because I'm saying it and it sounds absolutely mental. So this match you're probably going to be better going back and watching. Colin Kane comes back after JH3 gets eliminated. And Colin Kane never got pinned nonetheless, so he wasn't properly eliminated. Colin Kane comes down to the ring. And he and Forsaken go at it while Ace Stone and Reaper are going at it on the other side, so it's 2-on-2 at this point. And so Colin Kane eliminates Reaper. Or not eliminates Reaper. He eliminates Forsaken. So he gets a good one he gets a elimination under his belt in his debut, which is cool. And then we see Reaper hitting the Reaper staff over there on the floor to Ace Stone. Colin Kane runs over, gets booted, then he finishes off Ace Stone, pins him, gets Colin Kane, throws him in, and then long story short, he finishes him off too. This was, and I know I probably described this matchup horribly, but it looks better if you see it than I'm making it sound, because this was wild. This was wild. But, from all accounts, it went over well with people. People liked the match. All of that stuff. So I would give it 3. Solid 3. Solid 3. I like the innovativeness. I'm not going to do something like that often. But I like the innovativeness of it. And I think it worked out here. Speaking of a match, I did somewhat similarly for the editing style goes. The Fatal 4-Way. Austin Wallace, Andrew Lance, Johnny Rivers, A2J. Winner becomes the Level Up contract holder, a.k.a. Money in the Bank holder, for AOA to challenge for any championship anytime up to the end of the season. Up to next season, my bad. Up until next season. And so, this was a fun Fatal 4-Way. A lot of crazy spots happened. Early on, when Lance and Waller were fighting on the floor, A2J dove and landed on Austin's leg. So, there's that. There's that, man. And this match was it was chaos. I mean, it was just absolute crazy, out of control chaos. But it was a fun match. I mean, all 4 guys at any point looked like they could have won this thing, and one of them did. Everybody looked like they could have won. And at the end of the day, Austin Wallace won this thing. He won this crazy Fatal 4-Way after pinning Johnny Rivers, if I'm correct. And now looking at it now, I don't think actually Rivers shouldn't have been the one to take this pin at all. Like, he should have been the last dude taking a pin in this match. But unfortunately, he did. However, I think Rivers can recover well from this. Andrew Lance didn't take an L here. He didn't take a loss here, which is fine. He didn't take a loss here. Excuse me. Land didn't take the pin here, in which he should have. AJ didn't take the pin. I don't know why. Rivers of all people just shouldn't have took the pin. Right guy won the match. Wrong guy took. I mean, wronged. Absolute wrong guy took the pin. Right guy wins the match. Wrong guy took the pin. But it was a fun Fatal 4-Way. I actually look back more fondly on this matchup than I thought I would when I finished commentating it. It was actually pretty fun. Fun little Fatal 4-Way. Austin Wallace wins 2-3 points. It was fun. Anything too crazy, but it was fun. Oh, and by the way, that Fatal 4-Way went after Brianna attacking Angelina and before Jay Morgan versus Adrian Oxley. So the order was technically, I said it out of order, but the order was technically Sean Wright versus Tyson Young, Carolyn versus Miss Wilcox. The Level Up contract Fatal 4-Way, Jay versus Adrian. Then it was Angelina versus Madison. Tag match that I just talked about. And then we're kind of getting to the next thing. If we see Jay and Black watching the South of the Border brawl. His way of preparing. Put it simple, his way of preparing for this match as we get to the World Championship match between Dave and Darren. I held back a little bit on this one because I knew what the finish was going to be. And I figured that if I went absolutely mental on this match, just to have it end the way it ended, then people would have been heated and they would have wondered what was the point. So I held back a little in this matchup. Normally not like me to do that. But in this case, I felt, knowing what was left on this card, this match had to take a little bit of a backseat. Um, Darren, Darren starts off pretty hot. Attack Dave before the bell. Gold mental just beating the brakes off this man. Hello, Trevor just jumped in. Beat the brakes off this man. Dave then finally takes control. Uses his power game. This, that, and the third. Darren come back, a little more flurry. Dave come back with his power. I think there was one point where Dave was like really rolling. Like he was just on his A game, just beating the brakes off of Darren. So I think what could have helped me out here in this match, I think maybe Dave could have looked a little bit more dominant. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. But then again, Dave wasn't really competing like that, and this, that, and the third. Ring rust, that thing. But I think Dave could have looked a little bit more dominant in this match. The match was really kind of swinging in Darren's favor. But I guess maybe the match being formatted how it was worked because of the finish. Darren knocks out Dave. Darren steps back. He'd go for a silver bullet knee strike. He connects it. And then Lorenzo Sampson rolls in. Knocks out Darren. Knocks out Dave. That goes to show that, yes, CTP presence was still around for this show. Knock both of them out. Tosses them to the outside. And then at that moment, Coltrane Jr. comes out. Gets Dave. KJ Jones comes out. Gets Darren. Drags them away, clears the area for this next segment. Then, Samson proceeds to call out the ice. As he does that, the ice makes his way down to the ring. And proceeds to half and half bury AOA. I got no problem doing segments like those. I got no problem doing those types of segments because especially in something like this, yeah, you can say, oh, why are you burying your own work? I got my show. And I don't think it buried, the show. He mainly directed a lot of his stuff at VS, and he also directed it, towards AOA in general. Throwing in some real life facts and such, which is true. So I'm not really burying if it's, true. Promo aside, I thought it was a pretty good promo. Pretty good promo there from Samson, who then knocks out the ice and then leaves. So CTV came in, made an impact. Samson reveals himself to be the guy behind everything. Samson reveals himself to be, the guy who, made the initial threat and explained his reasoning. I'm not going to spoil all that. You watch the show if you want to hear that. But it was a good segment. Good segment, good moment for AOA. Good segment, good moment for AOA and CTP. That's all. So it was a good segment, and it was a great way to kind of cap things off for the night as far as the CTP stuff was concerned. That was a good culmination of everything as far as the CTP stuff goes. And I'm sure some of y'all know who some of those people were and what channel they came from. Cole. Anyways. We then push forward. Somehow. We push forward. Even though the ice probably got a busted jaw, we push forward to the main event. The I Quit match. The first ever I Quit match for AOA, and the first I Quit match I ever recorded between James Black and Mac Wolf. This was not only a success, but this was brutal. Mac and James, they both came out hitting heavy. The crowd was cheering both of them because they're both from Ohio. How long am I been going on for? I've only been going for 30 minutes. Phew, let's go. I told you, we're going to be in and out here. All right, we're almost done. We're at the main event, 30 minutes in, we're almost done. Let's go. Anyways, I also didn't have that. Didn't get a whole lot of comments in there. Anyway, this was brutal affair. Brutal affair. They came in, beat the brakes off each other from the jump. Got weapons. It got hardcore. It got, for Max, it got bloody. Like his face. There was one spot. They're fighting in the crowd. He puts Black puts the trash can over Max's head. Grabs the chair, smashes him with it, and splits him wide open. Like let me say it this way, he got his Ric Flair on in that match, you know. And if y'all seen some Ric Flair matches, y'all know how he got down. So Max got his Ric Flair on in that matchup. You know, he was bleeding. Whew, homie was messed up. So that happened. And then from this moment, this match was all Black here. Black basically beat the mess out of him to the point where Max Wolf didn't even respond. And the match keeps going though, because as mentioned in the promo package and as mentioned in the actual segment, with that how did I forget my own stipulation? Come on, brain work. Turn on, click. You're almost finished. Oh, we'll answer that later. Brain, you're almost finished. What was the stipulation? Ah, right. That the match can't end unless someone says the words, I quit. That's the only way the match can end. That's the only way that this matchup can end. And referee discretion can't be used, none of that stuff. So, Black continues to beat the mess out of him. And then he goes out to the floor, removes the table, starts thinking about some vile stuff to do there. Here's my problem with this match. Well, I had a problem with it, but then I thought, okay, Shawn done it. Shawn Michaels done it, IRL. And it was instantly thwarted the second he tried it. So, there was one moment where Max kicked back up to his feet, but Black immediately puts him right back down, continued to work, beats up one of them, and put him to work. But I did that to indicate, okay, there's something there. There's a sign of life somewhere in there. And so, yeah. Then Black continued to go on offense. Black has him in the corner. He's just soaking this in way too much to allow Max to get back in control. Max took control, gets a good beating in on him, crushes his throat 5 or 6 times with a steel chair, puts him through the announce table, and then Max kind of dragged him up towards the stage. They're fighting up on the stage, and then Max tosses him off the stage. And then hits the full moon, coup de grace, off the stage to Black, picks him up, hits James Black with the blackout, his own finisher, and then says, I didn't want it to come to this, but you forced my hand. For my health, for our sanity, and for our friendship, quit. James Black then said, I quit. And match ended. That was it. Max then walk back to the ring, celebrates. After he celebrates, he then proceeds to, he celebrates, really. You won. Match is over. I quit match is a wrap. To me, other than that, even that the kip up thing actually worked, because I remember Black instantly thwarted it when he did it. So it wasn't like the superhuman comeback thing, but thwarted it. This was excellent. I love how this match turned out. This match turned out. I was really, really nervous about how this was gonna happen, how this was gonna work, but it worked. It worked. I think this is a strong contender for match of the season. For AOA at least. because that was a really good match. I would give this, maybe if Mac didn't kip up, I would probably rate this close to. I don't rank my stuff 5. I never have, but maybe if Mac didn't kip up, I would give it that. But for what this match was worth, I'll give it 4.5, 4 3/4. This was really good. A really good match. A lot of action, a lot of story, a lot of callback to a previous match. This match worked. I was proud of this match came out. This match worked. First ever I Quit match. Massive success. Definitely gonna be an AOA classic at some point. I might release this match as its own separate video. I might. Excellent match though. Excellent match. In fact, I might do that. I might actually start doing that. Making the thing of after a pay-per-view, releasing to me what I thought was the best matches as their own individual videos. Like matches to watch. Like match to watch from the pay-per-view or something. I don't know. 4 and a half, 4 3/4. I loved that match. Like, it was so fun to go back and watch. It really was. Chat seemed to loved it. A lot of people I talked to loved it. This match worked. I'm in agreement with everyone. This match worked. And then we see Mr. Bloomberg to close out the show. He announces that The Ice will be okay. And since The Ice is okay, he made a challenge to all members of CTP. And I think y'all should know who CTP is by this point in time, for those that watch. But y'all should know who CTP is. And he makes a challenge to all of them and says, we challenge you, AOR challenges you guys to the World Collide event. And makes a specific challenge for Lorenzo Sampson. And that challenge is a Chaos Reigns match between Reaper and him for the World Collide pay-per-view. Which was huge, because World Collide is back for those that remember it from season 1. And if you don't, I'll link it to you. And in addition to that, the most violent match in AOA returns. Because Chaos Reigns, well, I will have a video. Look up AOA Classic, Chaos Reigns, Reaper versus Chaos. You'll find it. Look that up. I probably might link it down here in the description too. Re-edit the description, link it down there. In fact, yeah, that's what I'll do. Re-edit the description. It'll be linked down there if you want to see what I'm talking about with a Chaos Reigns match. It will be linked down there. But nonetheless, that's how we close out the show with that announcement. Next Level, pretty good pay-per-view. Overall, I didn't really have too much of an issue. I thought maybe the women's match could have been better. Fatal Forward, looking back on it, was pretty fun. Shawn vs. Tyson was good. The CTP involvement was cool. This pay-per-view kept it rolling, kept things moving. 2.5 hours. But it kept things rolling enough. I don't think the show slowed down at any point. Maybe if I would have cut down some of the match length, maybe this show probably would have been a little under 2 hours. That probably would have was. But that I Quit match was about 30 minutes in of itself. So there you go. But I don't have a lot to say. If you missed Next Level, by all means, feel free to go check it out. It's pinned, actually, as the video to watch on this channel whenever you click on it. So I'll keep that probably up there until maybe the next event that I do, and then I'll switch it out. That's what I'll do. I need to keep switching that out. Keep that updated. Switch it out to the most recent event. This is the 3rd. But if you don't see it while it's pinned, it's always in a playlist under AOA Universe or AOA Pay-Per-Views on this channel. So that's it for this edition of JNW vs. the World with AOA Next Level. So of course, if you all enjoy, feel free to click the like, comment, subscribe. Check out the other videos and streams on the channel. Spread the word about the channel. Until next time, see you guys. Be a boss, and I will holla at you guys later.